Okay, let's be honest about hobbies. Most of them are incompatible with being a father to a young family. If your hobby, has you leaving the house at 7 in the morning, you've got all your golf gear, for example, on, or you're going out for a run on the motorbike and you've got a whole day planned, you come back in then later on at 7 p.m, 8 p.m, stinking of beer after your day of golf, sunburnt, all your gear needs cleaned, get clean, put it away as well too. That's causing a problem when you have a young family. You're leaving your wife alone with all that time. You're probably causing a conflict because you're away committed to all that time yourself. That's not going to work when it comes to young families. So today we're going to look at hobbies that are low cost and low friction and low time sponges as well. Things you can do in like 30-minute bursts. Things that are going to cost you a little money and make you available should your family need you. And for this, we're going to use a thing I like to call the scream test. Any hobby that you do needs to be able to survive the screams of your children nearby. I could be here woodworking away, for example, or, doing a bit of writing, scream, and I'm like, oh God, I'm away, and I'm like, oh, and I can go away then and deal with said scream. That 30-minute kind of hobby isn't too intensive, and it's things I can pick up and put back down again. So let's talk about hobbies that don't demand too much of your time. Things that I do, for example, that really give me, that kind of scream test availability if things go south. For example, 3D printing. My wife, a couple of Christmases ago, bought me a very small hobby-style 3D printer. And it's fantastic. I've made so many cool things. Let me give you a wee example here. For example, look at this. Look at this. That's a Darth Maul duck. How cool is that? A Darth Maul duck. Took me about 24 hours to make it because of all the different colours I had to go through the system, but I love this thing. It's so cool. But also, I've got a little fire duck. A little fire duck there. This took about maybe 2-3 hours to make this guy here. Little things like signs. I've got this little sign here, just a stupid little sign saying don't put yourself on fire, which is a good idea. Coasters. This took a very short while as well too. A little Michael Myers coaster there. Godzilla's. I'm a big Godzilla fan. We'll cover that as well just shortly. But look at this guy here. Printed him off, painted him myself. Again, that's the print itself took about an hour maybe. The painting it was a bit more intensive. But again, a small hobby there, painting wise. I can sit at a desk, paint this away and focus on this for a while, recharge my mental batteries. Scream happens, I'm away then dealing with said scream. So passes the scream test. Again, Godzilla, look at this lithograph. It's a texture that feels, it's a 3D, it's not 3D, but it's a slight kind of 3D feel to it as well there. That took me about 6 hours maybe to do this one here. But again, all small things that I set the model, find the model online or create my own model, upload it to my printer and let it do its thing. And again, that's a 30-minute window there I've spent. And I'm making some cool things that stick with me. I'm also quite a big fan of gaming. So I've been a gamer all my days, since I was a young lad with my old Commodore 16 and my ZX Spectrum, and then upwards through the consoles, Mega Drives and Super Nintendos and such not. And today even as well, I have the Xbox, the PS5, and my PC and stuff, but these are all things that are quite time intensive. If I go onto my Xbox, I'm hogging the family TV, not really getting much chance for kids and my wife to see her shows and stuff. If I go into my PC, I'm away from the family, I'm in another room entirely, and I'm looking at things that are a bit more long-term games. But for we dads who are a bit busier, we can look at short-form things. Short-form gaming is a really good thing as well. For example, I've kept my old Nintendo 2DS, and this thing here still works perfectly well. I've got game cards there for simple games that run really easily, very short games as well too. And the benefit here as well is, again with the screen test, with these devices, I close that lid down there, the system shuts down and it kind of pauses where I am. So I go away then, deal with whatever kid has got their head trapped in the toilet or have fallen off a bunk bed, for example, come back, click it back open, and I'm back where I was again. And then you have the more modern systems, like, for example, the Steam Deck. Steam Deck, again, great system. I can, again, just hit the button, turns back on again, and normally picks back up where I've left off. That whole kind of freeze frame of your game, and you can fire back away again and carry on. It's all about that hobby, having a hobby that you can quickly stop, you can set aside, deal with your kids, lock them in a cage, come back then and carry on with your device. Again, simple hobby, quite good for charging my batteries back up again. And again, games that I'm finding on there are a bit more, I'm choosing simple games, things I can play in like small bursts. Nothing too intense, nothing too long form. Small burst gaming just keeps me kind of alert and going all forward. I'm also a keen writer. I quite enjoy writing. I mentioned before, I run a vlog called Doghouse Dad on Facebook. I've written pieces for my own website. I've written books. I've written 2 books, like we've covered before in a previous video. But for writing as well, that short form time, I can set aside a 30-minute window, for example, in the evenings, to sit down with my PC or my laptop and crack it open, start writing away, and if things go south, I can close the lid and go and deal with what's happening. For example, the best thing I found is the Chromebook. The Chromebook there, using Google Docs, I can open this up. When I crack it open, it's instantly awake. It's straight to where I was before. Everything's been paused, ready to go. There's no big loading times. I can crack it open, start typing away, and I'm straight back to where I was before. With Google Docs, of course, everything is then saved to my cloud. And no matter where I am, I can jump on my phone and add a bit of text here and there. I can use my tablet. I can use my Chromebook if I'm out and about, if I'm near Wi-Fi. So again, for me, writing's a good release when it comes to that 30-minute windows of time to use to recharge the batteries. So bear in mind, a hobby shouldn't be like a second job. It shouldn't be something you have to stress about and worry about. It's a hobby should be a hobby to recharge your brain a little bit. So if you're like me, trying to find small hobbies that keep yourselves focused, hit like and subscribe, of course, down below. But also go in the comments and let me know what hobbies maybe you found that consume your time. Let me show you this one as well too. I missed this one for the 3D printing. Look at this cool little Wario that I printed off, little mecha Wario there. Painted it myself, not a great job, but again, that was like a 2-hour job there. Maybe another hour for painting. And little mecha Wario, how cool is that? So yeah, back to the point. Tell me what kind of hobbies you like or what kind of hobby ideas you have, and then give me some ideas of other hobbies I can investigate for further videos. On that note, thank you very much for hanging around. See you in the next one. Oh, before you go, the t-shirt, right? This is my horrible wife, by the way. One of my parents, well, both my parents have passed away, sadly. One of them, however, passed away quite recently. And my wife, thinking she's funny, thought it would be a good idea to buy me a t-shirt, Orphan Club. That's kind of humour we have around here. So if that's your humour as well, jump in the comments, subscribe. See you later, guys.